everybody, welcome back to the channel. Tiny in Thailand. We're standing here outside my hotel, outside the Debua. It's an absolute glorious day. I've got to say that every day of this holiday, it's been really, the weather's been amazing. Bit of cloud for the first few days, but wow, it's been so hot. Anyway, what I'm going to do today is we're going to do a little walk and talk. I'm going to walk down Soi Buakhao, head towards Witherspoons, because what I wanted to really talk to you about today is I've been here for 2 weeks. Before I got here, and while I've been here, I've been hearing a lot of negative stuff about the tourism rates, how dead it is in Pattaya, and I'm going to give you my true perspective about what it's been like in the last 2 weeks of June when I've been here. Always a bit wary about walking down Soi Buakhao in the daytime doing vlogs, not just because people don't want to be filmed, but because you could get run over quite easily because you're looking at the camera, you're not watching where you're going. So if I do pan the camera around a few times, it's because it's there's a lot of traffic down here today. So is Pattaya dead? Is Pattaya finished? Is there anybody here? So we've all seen across social media accounts that Thailand's tourism rate has gone down. It's gone down, they estimate, around about 10 to 15 million visitors less in 2025 than what it was previous. And we probably can have a good idea about why that is. You know, there's been a big effect. That those rates are affected quite a lot by the Chinese tourism. We've seen a lot of Chinese tourists not coming here basically for one reason or another. Probably issues in their country, or maybe that they found Vietnam or different places in Southeast Asia to go. The other two things quite obvious is obviously the geopolitics and the issues in the Middle East and what's been going on there. Obviously people are worried about flying, especially going through a lot of the flights do go through the Middle Eastern region. Myself, I flew with Emirates, and the flight was an extra hour because we didn't go the normal route down past Iran. We went around and back and then up into Dubai airport. But luckily, luckily, but thankfully I should say, it looks like that's on its way about being resolved. What I should have said there was what that affects is obviously fuel prices because of the issues with the Strait of Hormuz. But the other thing I'm going to talk about as well is the Thai baht and how strong it is. And it's just getting stronger compared to westernised currencies. And I expected, I'm no expert on finances or anything like that. Let me just cross over here, guys, because this is pretty hairy. Go this mad junction here. Let me just look at this. Yeah. So there was the Thai baht. I mean, like I say, I'm no expert, but I expected it to actually weaken during the drop in tourism. But it's not. It's in fact, if anything, it's actually got stronger. I don't understand why. I don't understand how it works. All I can tell you is 10 years ago, I was getting 55 to the baht. 55 pounds to the baht. Now, at the moment, I'm getting 43. And some days it goes up by a little bit. But just whack my head there. Some days it goes up by a little bit, other days it doesn't. It drops. But it looks like it's stabilising around 43. And that has a massive effect on people being able to afford to come here. I think I worked it out that for every £1,000 that I bring here for spending money, I'm probably around about £200 down now. So yeah, that's and obviously the cost of living in in Europe and America and stuff, it's gone crazy, and that is having a big effect of people being able to come here. Even though all this does have an effect, I've always had the belief that if people are still enjoying it here, they will find the money to get here. They will save in other ways, or they will come here and be a bit more frugal with their money. Hello. No, I don't want a massage. So is that one of the main reasons why it's affecting Thailand? Definitely, but I don't think it's the biggest reason, especially here, because I'm going to go away from generalising it now and talk specifically about Pattaya. I think Pattaya's always been slightly different to a lot of other places in Thailand, like Phuket, Chang Mai, Bangkok. It does attract a specific kind of tourist, and we all know what that kind of tourist is, and and it's all about the entertainment. That's why a lot of people come here. How's it been for the last 2 weeks? I mean, just to give you some perspective, I've been coming to Pattaya now for 10 years. I've been here in June at least 6 times out of those 10 years. Is it the quietest I've seen it? Yes, for sure. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say it's busy, because it isn't. There's pockets where there is a lot of people. You know, like the Candy Club. People always tell you, I've tried to get in there twice at 11 o'clock at night, and I couldn't get in. I probably could have. It was busy in there. I tried to get in. I probably could have got a table somewhere, but I would have felt cramped. It was really busy in there. Why is that? Because the way they're marketing it and the way they're, it's people have got less money, so they don't want to be paying for the lady drinks as much. So you can go in there. If you see a girl, you can it's normal drink prices. A bit like the Bamboo as well. I was in there 2 days ago. That was really busy on a Wednesday night, and that's a very similar kind of concept to the Candy Club. The one, M&M Bar, Mark's Bar. He's got his YouTube channel, settled in Siam. I went in there and had a drink with him. Went on one of his lives with Simon, Blue in Pattaya, or Blue in Thailand. Sorry, Simon, I keep getting that wrong. Yeah, so and that was good. That was great. That was packed. It was a Saturday. So some places are doing really well, and in general, like I say, the beer bars, I feel, are ticking over. There is some areas like down Soi 13, down Soi 7, where they are. Well, I've been a couple of times of an evening, and it is a little bit quiet. But generally, the beer bars are a little bit down, but they're surviving, most of them are surviving. I went into, for example, Rum Runner to Phil's, Mr. Egg's place, a couple of times, and it's been busy. It's been good there. At one night, they had a party on, I think it's the first England game. You couldn't get a seat in there. So yeah, some places are doing really well because they're looking after the customers. Walking Street, I've been down there a few times. The Go-Go's are less busy down there, but it's still quite hard to find a seat in the bigger ones, in the more popular ones, like XS and Shark and places like that. The clubs I was in, iBar, Insomnia, in 808. They're ticking along nicely. They're doing well. They're not rammed, but to be honest, when I come here in high season, you feel like, it's so cramped up in there, so busy. I prefer it like that. I prefer it with a bit of space, because when I start dancing, a few people have to move. But where I'm noticing it, where the biggest hit is happening in Pattaya at the moment, and the big shock to me, is actually in the go-go bars, especially in LK Metro. Like I say, the go-go's in some of them in Walking Street. They're always busy. They always will be. They put on the, XS for example, and Shark. They've got nearly 100 girls working in there, even during the low season. They're always going to do well because it attracts a different type of clientele. But down in LK Metro, wow, shock. I go into all the major go-go's and they're all struggling. There's hardly anybody in there. And there's plenty of, you can all guess why. I'm not going to really go into that. But I have spoken with one or two of the managers and they agree, you know, but they're in a situation where they have to pay wages, and if their best girls leave the bar, that is a big hit for them with the drinks, because they need to sell drinks in there to make money. So I don't know. I don't really know what to say with regard to the go-go's, what they're going to do. But if something doesn't change drastically in the next probably 6 months, then there's going to be a lot of for sale signs up. There's going to be a lot of closures. So I don't know. I'm no expert. I'm just telling you what I see. And that really has shocked me, because I used to go into all of them on LK Metro, all those go-go bars, and used to have a cracking night. Like I say, I've been here loads of times in June. I've been in them during this holiday, and not once have I seen any of them doing well. Any of them. Where you can, you know, you walk in and it's busy, and it's got a vibrant atmosphere. Everybody's enjoying themselves. The girls are desperate. They're coming over. You sit down and there's 4 or 5 of them coming down there, coming straight away for a drink. You know, sometimes you don't even sit down and they're pointing at you, asking you to buy them a drink. They want to make money. They're struggling. One observation I did make down in Soi 6. When I first come here, it used to be crazy. You walk down and all the girls was in the middle of the street, grabbing you, trying to get you in the bars. That changed for quite a lot of time, and I think they was told how to stay in the bar, and you could normally walk down there, you know, without being kind of hassled. Yeah, they'd shout at you and ask you to go in, but they wouldn't, you know, actually forcefully grab you and put you in try and get you into the bar. Well, that's changed. I've noticed that. Just even coming in January, it wasn't like that. But I've been down there 3 or 4 times, and they seem desperate, you know. They seem quite desperate to get you in the bar. I don't know if they've been told by the managers, or whether they're doing it because, you know, they're not making any money. So to summarise, you can see the difference, especially with the go-go bars in and around Soi Buakhao. That's where I feel as though that the biggest issue is at the moment, especially the more expensive ones, you know, in LK Metro. Will they look at the bar fines? Will they look at the costs of ST and LT? I don't know. Maybe that's for them to think about. And that's not something that I'm going to criticise, because I'm not a bar owner. But do I think it's having an effect on the foot traffic and the people going in there having a drink? I think so, yeah. I really do. The question is, can you still have a great time here? Have I had a great time? I certainly have. Every holiday I come here, it's different. I have different experiences. Whether it's busy like it was for New Year, I mean it was rammed, or whether it's quiet like it is now, you can still have a fantastic time. You can get bargains, you can get cheap drinks, you can get bargains in the entertainment. If you shop around and you go to certain kinds of certain kinds of bars. For me, I'm going to be as sad going up that escalator of doom in a few days than what I've always have been, you know. I love the place, and you can still have a wonderful time. It's just a great place, you know. I think we have to accept that Pattaya is changing, the world is changing, things evolve. I mean, for example, my job in England, one of my jobs in England is a DJ, and I've noticed the difference with the way people drink now, the generation, you know, the Gen Z generation. They don't seem to drink like past generations, from like mine and probably the former generation. So we all have to adapt. The bar, some of the girly bars, some of the beer bars, they now are just doing online. You walk past and they're just looking at a TV screen and a camera, and there's probably 10 or 15 girls. They're not interested in the customers walking past. They're just looking at this TV and people from back home buying drinks. It's you like it or love it, it's changing, and you have to move and you have to adapt, because if you sit still, I'm afraid you're going to fail. Before I finish this video, I just wanted to bring to your attention, it's a bustling Saturday night here in Pattaya. I'm standing outside the world's famous walking street, which usually on a Saturday has thousands and thousands of foot traffic walking down, buying drinks, going into the clubs, etc, etc. Well, there's a 24-hour drinking ban which started tonight from 6 p.m. till 6 p.m. on Sunday. So before you make your assumptions about greedy bar owners putting extortionate bar fines and putting the drinks up in bars, before you make your mind up about the girls charging ridiculous prices for ST and LT, there you go. Think about what they're losing tonight. One of the busiest nights of the week. Just thought I'd bring that to your attention. So from a really hot Pattaya, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope it's not put you off coming here. It's a great place. Book that holiday, book that flight up now. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for commenting, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later. Bye bye.